Today, let's take a Kemper headshell and give it a Zilla twist. Hi guys and girls, welcome to Zilla Cabs. I've been a fan of Kemper amps for quite a few years now. We've been making cabs for their customers for years, and we've recently started working together on a couple of projects which you may or may not have heard about. If you're interested, check out the website. There's a Kemper section on there. But what we're going to do today is we're going to take one of their head shells, one of the Kemper amps, the heads, and we're going to give it a little bit of a Zilla twist. We've been making some head shells for the heads for a while now, and the Kempers look great, but they have quite a unique look, and there are quite a few guitarists out there that are possibly a bit more traditional, and they want a head shell that's going to match their cab, or maybe they're getting a matching cab along to go with it. And it kind of, I don't know, maybe bridges that gap between modern technology and puts one foot in the kind of vintage past. I don't know, but I think they look cool anyway, and it allows you to kind of put your own unique twist on your own Kemper. So let's go through some of the steps involved in making a Kemper head shell. As you can see, there are some contours on the head shell that are designed to stay in line with the Kemper head shell itself. This means that there are some, I don't know what you'd call it, almost cross grains, where the grains in the ply don't match up as you'd possibly expect. But this is the easiest way of doing it to prevent chip out on some of the edges. Because the back of these head shells is exposed, there's no back panel on there, we need to make sure it's a bit more tidy than normal. So what we'll do is the masking tapes will be laid down at this point to prevent any overspill with the glue. Later on, we'll take the jig and we'll run a knife over it so we get a nice clean cut. There's a few points inside this one that are going to need tidying up later, but we're going to have plenty of opportunity to do that after the cab's been Tolexed. Okay, the way we do this is it's a single wrap with the Tolex, but on the front, when it comes to the front section, there's some quite complicated cuts. I've got to admit, it did take us a little while to figure these out. There's quite a bit of manipulation that we have to do, and sometimes we have to re-glue inside to make sure it sticks, but it does make a nice join. On this Tolex here, the snake skin, there is a certain pattern to it, so sometimes you can be lucky sometimes unlucky in how the pattern lands as to whether the miters kind of make sense, but there's really not much you can do about that. I'm using the jig here from earlier where we used to mark out where the masking tape went. I'm using it again to make my cuts, so they should line up with the masking tape. I've set the masking tape back a few mil, so here I can just peel back the Tolex and clean off the excess. Okay, we've got the snakeskin Tolex on there now. I think it's looking fantastic. Next step is to drill out the holes and to fit the hardware. In this case, the customer's gone for black corners and black leather handle. I think this is going to look great. There are quite a few drill holes in these cabs. There's the holes on the side for they're the fixing holes. There's 2 holes on the underside which keep the back plate in place, and then there's the 4 for the leather handle on the top. All right, we've finished the shell now, so it's time to put the Kemper head inside the shell and see what it looks like. All right, so you might be wondering what this little thing is. Well, it's a little support that we fit onto the back to keep it in place. Obviously, because of the way this is laid out, normally on a head shell, you'd have some supports at the back, which you could put a back panel. But because there's so many controls on here, including the venting for the amp, although I don't think that amp gets very warm, this really is the best solution that we can come up with. It's got a slight cutout for the ports here, and yeah, we're about to fit it now. All right, so there we have it, a nice snakeskin Kemper head shell. Most of the Kemper shells that we do are black on green or black, but we do all sorts of different colours. I'm going to show you a shot here of the one I did for myself. It is green croc. I also did a matching cab 2x12 with the Kemper cones. You may have seen it, I actually mentioned it earlier, we'd done a vertical angled cab made for the Neo cones that Kemper have released. We did that in collaboration with Kemper themselves. But yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed this build. I hope you like the look of it. And until next time, stay cool, hang tough, and riff hard.